All right, guys, we are back live. That's right. We are here on the TTT Radio Network, and I have the distinguished pleasure of speaking with Gregg Fox this morning. He is from Renaissance Rock Orchestra. Good morning to you, sir. How are you?
I am good, Jazzy Kat. How you all doing?
I am great here in Connecticut.
Fantastic. It's great to be here with you.
Oh, thank you so very much. I know you are such a busy man, and this is such an opportunity of a lifetime. Yeah, so we're going to jump right in. So I've got a bunch of questions. I hope you don't mind. Did I ask you a few questions about how you got started and, a little bit about
Sure.
yourself?
Absolutely. Sure. Yeah. I was from a really musical family, a church family, actually. My mom was the organist. My dad was the choir director. And me and my sister were singing This Little Light of Mine in church when we were like 5 years old. So we always had a piano around the house. We were always singing quartets, and mom was always playing piano. And she got me started at the age of 5. I ended up having 12 years of lessons, and then I also ended up playing violin and played in orchestra all throughout school and college. And when I got into college, I also played bass in the jazz band and the swing band and did a lot of international things with that. But so I started getting into rock and roll, fairly early on, which was a little difficult because that's not exactly what mom and dad wanted for me. They actually wanted me to be a minister. So yeah, I kind of took a little bit of a different route than they expected, but over the years they've become very, very proud of all my songs and all my musical endeavors and all the bands I've been in over the years. So they've always been very, very supportive. But
That's so important to have family behind everything that you endear?
absolutely, yes, they've always been very, very supportive. I've been very blessed that way.
So let me ask you a question. Like I said, I've got a couple of them, but what inspires you to write? What makes you tick when it comes time for, writing your music?
Yes, as an artist and a composer, I'm always looking for different inspiration and things that inspire me and trigger me. Now, and this is not only musically, melodically, and harmonically, but also lyrically, different concepts and ideas. So I try to read a lot and watch a lot of documentaries and find different things to inspire me for different thought patterns. And I love to learn, so. Anytime that you're always out there trying to expand your mind and your knowledge, you're going to find things that are going to inspire you creatively in a lot of different ways. But after playing piano and keyboards my entire life, and playing for people from groups like Heart and Queensryche and Asia and all the different things I've done, I have a lot of muscle memory in my fingers, and they seem to have this knowledge of their own of where they want to go and what they do. So all I need to do is sit down at my keyboard or my piano. I have a beautiful view here in Las Vegas of the strip, so I see the entire strip and all the lights, and it's quite inspiring for me. As a matter of fact, I was mentioning to somebody yesterday that view in my beautiful high-rise condo here has inspired the last 3 records. As a matter of fact, I'm working on the 4th one right now. I've started writing on that in the last few weeks. So I just sit down, I look out there and see the moon coming up, see the light from what I call JS Rock, not JS Bach, but JS Rock. And that piece was kind of Trans-Siberian Orchestra inspired. And it just flowed right out of me. I took a 1.5-minute piece by Bach and I turned it into a 7-minute piece. A lot of the material in there comes directly from myself, is inspired from Bach, but nothing that he had written. Morning, I'll have a musical idea, something that has been going on in my subconscious, and I'll go to the piano and I'll start tinkering with it, and it becomes something very epic, very, everything that Renaissance Rock Orchestra does is very symphonic rock, very progressive metal based. My whole concept for the project was inspired from Trans-Siberian Orchestra originally. So if you take Trans-Siberian Orchestra and you throw out the Christmas part and you add rock stars, that's what Renaissance Rock Orchestra is all about. We have artists from AC/DC and Guns N' Roses and Whitesnake and The Firm and Foreigner. It goes on and on and on. So that's what we're at.
Wow, you covered a lot in there. You took my question away. I was just going to
Oh,
ask
no,
you.
I'm so sorry, Kat.
It's all good, though. I
I told
appreciate
you,
it.
once you give me started. I'm so excited and so passionate about this project and all the artists that I get to work with and the music that I write that, yes, I can go on and on and on. It's very
It's
exciting and very fun
awesome.
for me.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, I was going to ask you about that and the Halloween theme behind it a little bit. You said early on we had
Yes.
talked.
Yes, right. Yeah. That JS Rock always. That's the one song that really pops out in my mind as being a piece that feels a little bit Halloween-like. It has a couple little Phantom of the Opera organ parts in it that are kind of fun and exciting. So, yeah, go check that out on YouTube. Make sure and subscribe on YouTube while you're there, please. Renaissance Rock Orchestra, and check out JS Rock. I just a few weeks ago released a beautiful video of it that is a combination of the storyboard plot video and us playing it live, which is very awesome. And to see our drummer Brian Tishy from Foreigner and Whitesnake play drums on that song is really, really remarkable. And Christian Brady from HELLYEAH on guitar, Toni Aleman from RATT on guitars in that video too. So it's really a cool one to see. It's one of our most recent videos.
I'd love to see the video. I'd like to share the video too sometime if you can. If you don't
Please,
mind, I have
please
to
do.
get permission from all of our artists, over the TTT radio, but I definitely
Certainly.
would love to share the video as well.
I would love to have your listeners take a look at that.
Absolutely. So I have a really good question. Hopefully you can answer
Yes.
this one for me too as well. A song of hope, right?
Yes.
A song for hope came out last year.
It did. Yes. Yeah. Well, honestly, it came out this year. I wrote it last year, Kat.
Okay.
Yeah. It's called A Song of Hope 2020. This Too Shall Pass. That's the entire name of the record. It's available on Spotify, all streaming platforms, Apple Music, of course, iTunes Music. You can actually direct message me on Facebook or on Instagram, Renaissance Rock Orchestra, if you wanted an actual hard copy. We have a beautiful CD with I think an 8-page booklet on this one that has all the lyrics and describes all the songs. And but A Song of Hope was written for because of the COVID experience, because of the worldwide pandemic and everything that we were all going through, the loss and confusion that we all experienced, the changes in our lives that so dramatically affected all of us, the loss of loved ones. And so I wrote all the songs on it to try to inspire people, to give them hope, to give them strength, and to also cheer them up a little bit too. Some of the songs have some very cool vibes to them, like the title track, A Song of Hope, which has been inspirational to people worldwide. Highly recommend listening to that one. It's a song that is probably one of my proudest moments. As a composer, you're always trying to really reach people on an emotional level, on a spiritual level. And I know on that song that I somehow really connected, because people have left comments all around the world about how it's helped them through the loss of their loved ones and all the economic problems they experienced during COVID. So yeah, it's dear to my heart, because I'm so glad that it is helping people still to this day. With the problems they're going through in life. It's inspirational on a lot of different levels. So definitely check that out. That's, of course, on YouTube also.
I
A
don't
Song
know.
of Hope.
Yeah. Oh, beautiful. I don't mean to interrupt you, but I'm thinking a commercial with that.
Fantastic. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I agree entirely.
I definitely see it being something that should be played, during, an everyday thing. So people could see it and feel it. Like I felt it as soon as I listened to it. I was like, boop, downloaded it right into my
Very nice.
Spotify,
Thank you very much.
No,
Awesome. Thank you, Kat.
you're awesome. You're awesome. Really good information. So I have another quick question.
Yes.
My quick question would be, there's a lot of up and coming artists that are out there, that want to feel what you feel. What would you
Yes.
give to them as far as advice and staying solid and staying true to yourself, as far as an
Right.
artist? How would you, give that,
Yes.
get it?
Good question. Very good question. And the most important thing, of course, Steen, is to stay true to yourself, because you have to be authentic. You have to express your thoughts, your feelings, your style, your sound, whatever that is. And so try to be that unique you. Find that unique you. As you're coming up and you're developing your skills, of course, it's always a great thing to go back to the classics, whatever style you love, whatever style of rock, whatever style of music, and learn from others. That's how you kind of patent your craft and learn songwriting skills and develop your skills as a singer songwriter or whatever your instrument is, because practice is so important. So this kind of comes as a whole package in 3 steps, being true to yourself and trying to stay unique. But obviously you have to put in the time, the practice. You have to develop those skills so you can take things to whatever level your creative juices lead you to, so you can write and perform anything. But it's important, of course, also to play as much as possible in any medium you can, whether it's live streaming, Facebook, YouTube. But to get out in front of a crowd is so important, because that connection that you develop with an audience in a live crowd situation is really how stars are born, and great talents are born. And to have that ability to really connect with an audience is a very unique thing that a lot of artists are losing these days, what with YouTube stars, and you just don't get that from.
Yeah. So you keep it real, like you said before. We keep it real, keeping it real with the folks, especially your listeners, your
Yes.
audience. They like that.
Being able to connect with an audience live is the most amazing and beautiful experience, and you have to search those out. And I really think another aspect of this, another thing I'm struggling with COVID, and the fact that not all the rooms in Las Vegas are open, and not all the tours that I had planned are still happening. We're struggling to get that back, but we need to support artists in live music. We need to go out. We need to socialize. We need to do all the right things that we need to do to protect ourselves, from COVID. But at the same time, don't be afraid of life, and just to share live music. Live is such an amazing bond, even between audience members and fans. And we need to connect with each other again. We need to be together. We're very social creatures. So don't be afraid. Take the right steps, protect yourself, but go out and see live music, and artists get out there and create those shows and get these crowds back.
Absolutely. I agree. I agree. Well, I really, really appreciate you coming on my show today,
Thank you
and
so
I
much.
think everybody's just going to totally enjoy, what you have. And I'm going to redirect them, but I want you to tell the TTT Radio Network fans exactly where they could find you and your
Absolutely, sure.
platforms, all the different platforms that you're on.
Well, thank you so much, Kat. It's been such a privilege and fun time
Yeah.
talking about music so quickly. But yeah, go out and find Renaissance Rock Orchestra everywhere, people. Renaissance Rock Orchestra on Instagram, on Facebook. Please like us, follow us, comments, and we post quite a lot. So there's a lot of fun things to see. Follow us on YouTube. We were putting out new videos every twice a week. I've kind of slowed that down a little bit. That's so difficult to create the content now that I'm trying to put new shows together here in Las Vegas. We're working on a Las Vegas residency, but also working on this new 4th record for the Renaissance Rock
Wow.
Orchestra. So listen to it on all your streaming platforms. DM us if you'd like to get your own hard copy, and please follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram.
Okay. And will you come back on TTT Radio as you get
I
bigger
would
and
love to.
bigger? You won't forget us, right?
Absolutely not. No. It's all about people. It's all about all of us. It's people
All
like you
right.
helping us that makes this all happen. So thank you so much.
You're welcome, Greg. You have a wonderful day. I know there's a time zone difference between I'm in Connecticut, you're out there in Vegas. So, I really appreciate you taking the time out today.
Awesome. Thank you all so much. You guys keep listening to music. It's good for the soul.
Absolutely. All right, honey. You take care. We'll talk soon.
Thank you so much, Kat.
Oh, you're welcome. Bye bye.